Good morning, everyone. It is Jules, your big bold bad boy for Whatculture.com, here on my own today. I thought I was meant to be with Peter. He's maybe running a bit late. However, it's Star Wars themed, so I'll try and summon him through the power of the Force. I'm not entirely sure how you do that, so I'm just going to act like I'm straining myself on the toilet. It worked.
I made it. I am one with the Force is with me.
It's Peter Austin here, and we're talking about Star Wars stuff. But before we begin, we have to do the thing. We have to do the thing. Hit that jingle.
Bringing you news from the house to the street. It's time for Jules and Tiny Pete.
There we go. Right, so tell me what's going on in the world of the Force.
You don't know this, do you?
Not at all.
Which is amazing because it's all over social media, especially for a Star Warsy nerdy person like me. I can't get away from it. So one thing you do know, actually, you know half of this story, is that Disney are going to be starting their own streaming service, much like Netflix. And on there are going to be various Disney original shows. So, as I'm sure many of us know, there are already some Star Wars-based TV shows, such as Rebels and the Clone Wars, and so on. But they're actually going to be doing some original stuff for this that's never been seen before.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm sure they'll probably put Rebels and the Clone Wars on there anyway, retroactively.
You'd assume.
But the new thing is going to be live action, apparently.
Oh,
allegedly.
Because all the other stuff's been animated.
It has,
hasn't
yeah. And it's interesting. It's almost going in reverse now because when it was first announced that they were going to do the Clone Wars, I think some people were a bit like, animated Star Wars. I mean, maybe if you like the comics, you probably weren't thinking that because that's the equivalent of that. But
then it came out and rocked everyone's world.
Yeah, like Rebels in particular has just been absolutely kicking ass, and it is amazing. And now I feel like there might even be a kind of reverse effect now, where people are going like, "Oh, live action Star Wars on TV. Will that work? I don't know."
I have to admit, my initial reaction to hearing that news is a little bit of skepticism because I think that obviously Star Wars fames itself for having huge set pieces. Like a lot of money goes into making that world feel real, and when you scale it down to smaller TV budgets, is that going to come across as cheap? But then, just reminded myself, we might be able to get a holiday special that isn't total shit.
Oh my god, yeah, the Christmas episode, and it could be, oh no.
Life Day all round. Hey.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. But this is not actually the big story of the day. I mean, actually, just to wrap that up, I don't, just in case anyone's wondering, I don't think there's any specific info on directors, writers, characters it's going to follow, anything like that. It's just, so at the moment, live-action Star Wars show on the new Disney streaming service, which is allegedly going to be cheaper than Netflix because Disney are aware that there's not going to be as much content on offer, which is good to know.
Fair play.
So I might be investing in that.
Okay,
I don't know.
cool. So that was a caveat news piece to the real meat.
Sure. I'm just trying to distract you or just build up your Star Wars hype. Jules!
Hello!
You know Rian Johnson, who is currently directing The Last Jedi?
Yes, I do.
And has apparently done a very good job. Well, it seems that Disney, even though the film's not even come out yet, they're really, really happy with how good of a job he's done.
Right.
Because they must have done test screenings and stuff. And they have announced already Rian Johnson, writer-director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, to create all new Star Wars trilogy.
What? Really?
Yeah. Rian Johnson is going to be creating 3, writing and directing. He might not direct them all because the directing jobs on these, they overlap, like from one movie to the other. But he'll be writing, certainly, and directing the first of the new trilogy.
So even before this new trilogy has ended, they've already said that there's another 3 that's coming out?
Yes. That's what's happening right
now.
And
they're not going to be like the Rogue One, Han Solo, not a trilogy like that. They're going to be an actual, numbered ones.
Well, so here's the thing. At the moment, we're in the what's called the sequel trilogy.
Right.
Because it's Rey and all that stuff, old Luke. And that is going to finish in 2019, because 2018 is Han Solo, 2019 is the episode 9.
Yep.
After that, Rian Johnson will be doing a trilogy. Now, there was talk some months ago whether after the current trilogy we're on, there was going to be almost a sequel trilogy.
Yep.
Where basically Rey and Finn and Poe and whoever survives, I don't know who's going to live.
The Porg.
Are in a way doing the same role that Luke and Han and Leia have in the current trilogy.
Yep.
So they're the mentors, bringing some new people.
Yep. Yep.
But what's actually been stated explicitly about this new trilogy is that it'll be exploring characters from a corner of the galaxy that's never been seen before in Star Wars lore.
That means it's the Marvel universe. They
Yes.
can finally cross them over.
Oh my god, they could, couldn't they? We could do
Guardians
of the Galaxy Far, Far Away, right?
I
That'd
would
be good.
I would love that. But that's pretty cool. So basically it's going to be like this story of the side of the galaxy, that story's been told, let's go to a different one.
Yep, it's going to be, they've stated explicitly, it's going to be completely unrelated to the Skywalker chronology.
But that's good, because I think that people will get to the end of this new sequel arc and just be like, cool, we are done.
Yeah.
We're technically done at 6.
It's
you know what I mean?
You don't want to oversaturate. I'm loving Star Wars so far. Like the
yeah.
Disney takeover, I think they're doing a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Han Solo might be the downfall, but we'll see. I'm holding out hope.
A lot of issues with it so far, isn't there?
Yeah.
Reported issues.
All sorts of things.
Yeah.
But hey, certainly The Last Jedi, it sounds like Disney have shown it to various test audiences. Everyone said that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And they've gone, all right, Ryan, do you want to do some more, please? We want money. I love money.
That's so crazy when you don't just announce that you're going to do a trilogy, but you tell people who is going to be in charge.
Oh yeah, they've just said.
That's nuts, because it's like with the Marvel universe, all of their stuff, they plan out the films, but they don't say who's going to direct them.
Yeah,
they say
yeah.
this is when we want to make the film.
They just
Just
come up
say,
with a story or a character. Yeah.
Imagine that pressure.
I know. He's put out one tweet since
Right.
this announcement came out, and all it said was, I was already hoping you would like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Now I'm really hoping you like The Last Jedi.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just going to be like 3 more films from this guy.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Something along those lines. So that's the news.
That's cool.
God knows what else. There are all sorts of rumours that have been flying around for the past few months saying that there might be Star Wars films into like the 2030s, and there are loads of chronology
Listen,
ideas.
It's a cultural phenomenon. It's
Yeah.
not going to stop until the fan base dies
Oh
out.
yeah,
and that's
they'll
not
just
gonna
milk
happen.
it forever and ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who's to say we won't see Kenobi at some point? Kenobi, a Star Wars story?
I'd like that.
Or yeah,
I'd
or-
like a Star Wars story on Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah, I would. Shouldn't Liam Neeson? Well, how did they do that though? Because he looks older than he did back then, so it
Yeah, I
couldn't
think
be a sequel.
to a younger Liam Neeson.
Yeah, so they have to just get someone to
Digitally.
play him.
I mean, just
the
digitise the whole
entire
thing.
movie.
Yeah.
Like Avatar, just CGI characters all the way.
Maybe we're going a bit too far, because then that ends up with Valerian Planet of 1,000
Yeah,
planets, whatever it
yeah,
was.
you're right. I do like Qui-Gon. I think he's underrated.
Mhm.
He made some mistakes, but anyway, let's
Yeah.
stop before we get off. Stop right. What do you want to see in the new Star Wars trilogy? Also, what standalone Star Wars stories do you want to see? That's hard to say. Standalone Star Wars stories.
Standalone Star Wars stories.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below, and stick with Whatculture for all your Star Wars news. I've not done news in ages.
Feels good, doesn't
Here
it?
I am. Yeah, I'm back.
Back in the saddle.
Yeah.
Back in the what's the thing called? Back in the Tauntaun saddle.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I thought they smelled bad from the outside. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.